there is pain in the land. Today, I'm in Ikoyi, Falamo Square to be precise, to meet and chat with some bunch of youths, okay, on the street yarn with the area father. As defined by the United Nations, a youth is any individual between the ages of 15 to 24. Let's just make it like 15 to 30, okay? In the African continent, it is predicted that the number of youths in Africa that we have will increase by 42% by the year 2030. African population is very young, with 60% of the entire continent aged below 30, making it the youngest continent in the world in relation to its population makeup, yeah? The vision of our continent, Africa, lies in the hands of the youth who are filled with tremendous and towering ambition. Like I always say, as a Nigerian, the salvation of the giant of Africa lies in the hands of its exceptional youth. Yes. Now, it will be a great wastage of human resources if these youths are not given the right environment and opportunity to exercise their talent. This beautiful continent of ours needs this youth for our soil to become a brighter one. The important role of African youth, yeah, in development cannot be overemphasized, yeah? Youth could be a source of labor input as well as human capital in production, which will improve the total factor in productivity in Africa. In addition, when employed youths could be a reliable source for the demand of the continent. Youths in Africa occupy a prominent place in the society. Apart from being the owners and leaders of tomorrow, today I'm in Ikoyi to meet and chat with a bunch of youths who will tell me how they feel about being a youth stranded in Africa. Yes, this is street yard with the area father, the father to their fathers. Yes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Good day, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to another series of Street Yarn with me, the area father. Okay? Give yourself a big hand of applause. Yeah. And you're welcome. You know, it's so sad. Africa is blessed with huge human resources and natural resources. Yet it seems like our leaders just can't get it together. So I want to ask, and anybody can answer, yeah, by a show of hand, what is the bloody problem in African leadership? Why is it that this is where the youth's dream die and they can't spread their wings large enough to make progress?
My name is Afun Kelvin Onirode.
Okay.
And I'm from Delta State, Warri precisely. First of all, it all narrows down to corruption. Corruption is the father, or will I say the father of, is the killer of all nations. Without corruption, I think, without corruption, the corruption has eaten up to the country to an extent that unemployment has become something very high in Africa, right here in Nigeria. So I think corruption is one.
My name is Joan Fosare. I'm from Delta State.
Okay.
Okay, so if I can recall your question, the question is, why do Africa keep having bad leadership? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think one of the reasons why we keep having bad leaders in Africa is because the leadership of Africa is being decided by some group of persons. Like, should I use cartel now? Like, there are some persons that decide the leadership of Africa. Like, everybody is not involved, and it's not supposed to be. So it's supposed to be democracy, whereby I come to exercise my rights as a citizen of Nigeria or Africa. All right, but in our case, it's not like that. I think conducting of election is just a showcase that, okay, fine, a tenure has ended and we want to begin another one, so let's just do it so that the world will see that, okay, we want to get other leaders. But on the contrary, that is not true. Deep inside, that is not what it actually means. What it actually means is, okay, but there are some persons that decide the leadership of Africa. And those people, they will actually bring in people that favors them. You know, when a system is favoring some group of persons, it's no longer corruption to them. So I think that is one of the reasons why we keep having bad leadership in Africa.
If you look at a setting, just like she says, that there's bad leadership in the sense that people decide the outcome of our elections. The other way is that there's bad education in the country. Look at the situation that sometimes as a student, because of hold up, you cannot get to school before 9 o'clock. So when are you going to settle down to learn as a student and even become useful to yourself before other persons? On this side, I want to say even the citizens also contribute to this bad governance.
Now, granted that the problem in Africa is leadership, but I also want to believe that the African youths per se, they are not pulling their strengths. They are not maximizing their potentials. So, and rather than pass the buck, we say that there's problem with the African youths vis-a-vis, let's take for instance Nigeria. There's problem with the Nigerian youths. What are those problems, and how do you think that we can minimize those kind of problems?
I am Iro Kanulo David.
Okay.
A native of Abia State.
Okay.
From Nigeria Unity House. First off, according to UNDP, United Nations Development Program, they've stated that 70% of the population is being owned by the youths from 35 years and below, which means that we are allowing the minority to rule over the majority. Now, there's something called ethical courage, bringing both ethics and courage as an individual. If, let me use for instance, in a community, the youth gather, they go out to rant, to air their views. We don't want this, we don't want that, probably to their community leader or those in charge. And after that, those leaders boycott just the youth leader or the person in charge of the protests behind them and tell them, how about we give you this so amount of money and then you let us do our business? Do we have youth that are courageous enough to say no? I stand by what me and my followers have actually chosen.
This is the area, Father. Yes, on the street, because this is street, yeah.